Oh.
Ever like trying to chill, get a latte, enjoy the sunshine, maybe read something. But then there's just like that dog.
Ugh.
The one where the owner seems completely oblivious.
Yeah.
Well, today's deep dive is for anyone who's ever braved a dog-friendly coffee shop.
Ah.
We're talking about those unspoken rules, those social contracts that kind of go out the window when you add a canine into the mix.
It's like the Wild West of etiquette out there.
Totally. And we have a juicy Reddit AITA post for this one.
Hit me with it.
Okay, so we've got this Reddit user, right? They're obsessed with this one coffee shop. Great vibes, perfect latte art. You get the picture.
Okay, I'm there with you.
But then a new regular shows up with their dog.
Uh-oh.
And this isn't some well-behaved, snoozing under the table kind of dog. This one's being described as aggressive. Barking, lunging, the works.
Not the vibe.
Not even a little. And of course, the owner's response is blaming other dogs.
Naturally.
Like, oh, my precious pup would never. It must be those other dogs, especially the small ones or the brown ones.
The specificity is always amazing. It's like they have to find an external factor, anything to avoid personal responsibility.
Exactly. It reminds me of,
Yeah.
okay, totally different situation, but like when people blame traffic for being late,
Oh, 100%.
it's like, yeah, traffic happens, but you also didn't leave on time.
You knew that was a possibility. Okay, yes, back to the dogs. It's this avoidance of the social contract.
Which, it's like if you bring your dog to a public space, you're kind of responsible for its behavior, right? That's part of the deal.
Right, absolutely. And it's interesting because we navigate these social contracts all the time, even without realizing it. Like, think about being in a library. There's no big sign that says, don't take your business call here, but...
You just know.
Exactly. Because we understand the shared understanding of the space,
It's
right?
something quiet.
Exactly. Dog-friendly spaces, same principle, just higher stakes.
Way higher.
Because a barking, lunging dog isn't just like a minor annoyance.
Yeah.
It can be really scary, especially if you're someone who's had a bad experience with dogs, or you have kids who might not know how to approach a dog safely.
So true. It can escalate quickly.
And speaking of escalating, this Reddit user, they end up having to share a table with this dog because it was the only seat left.
You're kidding.
And the owner's helpful suggestion,
Don't tell me.
find another seat. My dog might bite yours.
Oh, come on.
Cue the internet outrage.
Understandably.
Right.
And this is where it gets really interesting, I think, from a legal standpoint.
Oh, absolutely. Because most states have pretty strict liability laws when it comes to dog bites.
Right.
If a dog bites someone in public, the owner is usually held responsible.
Makes sense.
But there's another layer here. Because if the business owner, in this case, the coffee shop, if they're aware of a potentially dangerous animal and they don't do anything about it,
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
they could also be held liable.
Wow.
Yeah,
So it's a double whammy.
potentially, yeah.
So what's the solution here? Are we all destined to become hermits, avoiding any establishment that dares to welcome dogs?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. In this Reddit post, the user actually did try talking to the manager, which is a good first step.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Like, often just bringing it to the attention of someone who works there can make a difference.
Right.
But sometimes you gotta pick your battles. If talking to the manager doesn't work,
Yeah.
maybe it's time to find a new coffee shop. Or like, scope out the peak aggressive dog hours and avoid them.
Strategic retreat.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's the best option.
This whole thing makes you think, though, like, how often do we see stuff like this? Annoying, frustrating, sometimes even kind of scary stuff, and just don't say anything.
It's that balance, right?
Yeah.
Of wanting to speak up, but also not wanting to cause a scene.
Exactly.
It's tricky.
It's a tough one. Definitely something to think about. Maybe next time you're dodging a rogue cappuccino and a canine landmine, you'll be inspired to speak up.
Or find a new coffee shop.
Or that, too.